This is the program that shows you the side of police chase videos they didn't want you to see.
He picks up speed, look at that!
Bungled arrests, kamikaze crooks, and cop-based carnage of all kinds. Welcome to Cops Uncut 2, the real car crash TV.
On my way. Car's on fire.
Coming up, part-time courses on road safety, night classes in explosives,
Get your ass out of my way.
and seminars in shootouts. The driver of this black Grand Cherokee is wanted by the LAPD for allegedly shooting an undercover cop.
And somebody opened up a gate for him. Unbelievable.
Here he shows us how police pursuits are often like automotive chess. The suspect makes his opening move, slipping past the cops to take control of the board. But what first seems like a cunning maneuver for the Black Knight suddenly backfires when the car park turns out to be a dead end.
It's gonna end. You see officers in position here.
For an instant it looks like the game's up.
Making a U-turn now.
But this battle of wits has barely got started. With all the skill of a grandmaster, the suspect quickly turns the situation to his advantage. He spots another gate-sized opportunity
Went through the gate again.
and takes it. It's a classic King's Gambit, and it pays off.
And the cops now, the police officers are now stuck in that cul-de-sac. Unbelievable.
He's cleverly snared his opponents in their own trap.
It was an amazing maneuver. As though he had maybe a remote control to get in there and he watched it shut.
Alas, for the fugitive, not every gate he comes across is quite so obliging.
Oh, he rams right through that gate. Unbelievable.
Brute force gets him through this one, but there's a major flaw creeping into his strategy.
That's a public storage unit. He's got nowhere to go. He rams right through the gate. Keeps going.
He keeps putting himself in situations where the police pawns can corner him.
LAPD now knows that this is a dangerous situation.
He circles round the back of the warehouse towards the exit where several squad cars close in. But this time the cops aren't just coming at him from behind, they've also cut off his only escape route ahead, known in chess as a double threat.
This could terminate right in here.
At this stage there aren't many moves left for the Black Knight to play,
We'll see what happens here.
so he goes for broke.
He's going to try and ram the vehicle. He picks up speed. Look at that. Head on.
And yet another gate bites the dust.
Oh, and he's stuck now. We'll see. This is a desperate situation here.
Now things start to get a bit confusing.
Oh, shots fired. Shots fired. No, that was smoke, and you saw the airbags go off there.
But the police are definitely treating this as the end of the game.
Officers now with guns drawn, pointing inside the vehicle, ordering the suspect out of the vehicle. His condition not known.
Looks like the Black Knight has had his day.
The suspect will not get out of the vehicle. They're trying to pull him out, and he will not come out.
And after a long series of moves and counter-moves, it's checkmate at last. The police are blessed with various pieces of kit that can often save their large arses. The patrol radio is one such device.
204 Central, we just had a huge explosion. We've got a massive fire out there.
Even when it seems to be just trying to scare them.
All kinds of stuff on fire.
But in this case, it's actually providing wise words of warning.
209, you might want to back your unit up.
As soon as the cop notices the flames engulfing the nearby shrubbery, he reverses his cruiser in the opposite direction.
Get your ass out of my way. Get the hell up out of here.
As fast as those little wheels will go. This isn't footage from the Vietnam War, it's a horrific train crash at an Arkansas rail depot, and the fireball lighting up the sky isn't napalm, but a raging inferno from an exploding chemical tanker.
209, where you at?
The petrified policeman eventually realizes there are people living in the area and goes to offer local residents some useful advice.
Get your stuff and tell everybody you know around here. Y'all get on out of here. We had a train car blow up. We need it. Tell all your neighbors you know.
Well, we got some of that. Let's hope that they at least realize that he's trying to evacuate the area. Still, it's good to know that when the going gets tough,
get your ass out of my way. Get the hell up out of here.
The cops get going, and that there'll always be an officer on hand to keep calm and offer those precious words of wisdom in times of trouble.
Get your stuff and tell everybody you know around here. Y'all get on out of here.
Still to come, people get shot at, cars get catapulted, and drunks get acrobatic. Spotting a cop in your rearview mirror can make you do some pretty stupid things, even when all he's doing is stopping you for a minor traffic infraction. Take the bloke in this Camaro.
Hello? Your car? Yes, well, no, sir, not yet. I just got it. I've been trying out tonight.
He seems a little jumpy.
It's over here, though.
So much so that he stops making sense altogether. And when he fishes out what he thinks is his driving license, he's so nervous he does the worst thing in the world. He hands the officer a small stash of Class A narcotics by accident, neatly dropping himself right in the sherbet dip. Let's get this straight then, shall we? Bloke gets stopped with the cops. Bloke is extremely nervous. Bloke hands over license. But it's not a license at all. It's a bag of drugs. And they wonder why we all think Americans are terminally stupid. The situation really doesn't leave much room for doubt. Somewhat dismayed, the man turns on the waterworks and pleads for mercy. The cop, meanwhile, simply can't believe his luck. And no amount of feeble blathering is going to get this dimwit dopehead off the hook. Choose your wheels wisely. A Ferrari Enzo, a Brinks-Mat van crammed with cash, or a vintage Rolls-Royce. These are the motors worth stealing, so why on earth would anyone want to nick a truck full of meat like this one? Well, if you're really hungry and have a particularly carnivorous taste, then perhaps it's worth your while storming into a Michigan meatpacking factory armed to the teeth and making off with one of their vans. But we wouldn't particularly recommend it. Refrigerated vehicles like this aren't that stable, and second-hand meat products lose their value rather fast. Nevertheless, that's precisely what this greedy young criminal has done, and now he's doing everything in his control to keep his high-sided butchermobile upright as he hoons down the highway. But the police have an equally healthy appetite. They want to get the suspect and the meat safely into their custody. And when this cruiser nudges the van from the side, you can see why the meat truck isn't a particularly suitable vehicle for a police chase. Sure enough, all it takes is a second nudge to topple the top-heavy truck and send it skidding onto its side. If we rewind that, it's the gentlest of persuasion to tip the balance. Then the half-baked ham burglar gets taken back to HQ for a jolly good grilling. So when it comes to choosing getaway wheels, don't let your eyes get bigger than your stomach. Because when food's involved, you're sure to be beaten by the biggest appetite in town. cops will be on you like hungry dogs. And you'll almost certainly end up riding home in a different sort of meat wagon. Alcohol can have a variety of effects, none of which are particularly helpful when it comes to safe vehicle control. The bloke in this truck has been doing nearly 85 miles an hour, which is why the Cleveland cop has tugged him.
Hello, see your license and registration for it.
Drinking can also make you overly excitable.
I'm really sorry, I was flying low. I got excited, you know what? I got excited about Cleveland. Cleveland? Yeah. Why would you get excited about going to Cleveland? I was born there. Oh.
Driving to Cleveland is obviously thirsty work.
You drinking any of that beer?
And the man seems to have taken his time getting there.
When did you leave Tennessee?
Oh gosh, about 2 days ago.
And it took you this long to get to Ohio?
It's worth pointing out that the negative effect of the demon drink can also delay what should be a 9-hour journey,
Tell you what, why don't you come on back here and we'll get you out of here quicker that way.
as well as leaving you with poor taste in haircuts. All the warning signs are there, so the policeman decides it's time to wheel out the famous drunk tests.
All right, let's go up front here. I want to give you a couple other quick tests.
The suspect pulls up his pants and listens carefully to the instructions. At first, he seems to be holding his own. He limbers up and then shows off by strutting his stuff up and down the hard shoulder like a redneck version of John Travolta. He even offers the trooper a comedy salute. The booze has made him confident and friendly.
I like you, man. Okay. This young man doing a good job. I appreciate that. That's what I want to do.
But it's also made him forgetful. So forgetful that he fails to remember the fact that his driving license has already been suspended for a previous traffic violation. After he quickly makes sure the buoys are firmly in place,
Okay, turn around here for me. Okay. I have to put you under arrest for driving under suspension, okay?
he finishes his earlier friendliness, replacing it with a much more defiant pose.
And let me another unit.
Wisely, the officer calls for backup, but it's almost certainly not going to arrive in time. The bloke has already had enough and decides it's time to go.
Turn around, get over here.
No amount of feeble protestation from the copper is going to change his mind. So, without further ado, he's out of there. Determined not to let his suspect escape, the officer engages pursuit and tears off through the traffic.
Stand him in pursuit eastbound.
But when he catches up with the truck and puts his siren on, he faces further discouragement in the shape of a series of missiles. Empty beer cans, perhaps, that are tossed his way, apparently from the driver's side window.
I tried to place him under arrest for DOS and DUI.
Another squad car joins the chase and the pair try to box the drunk driver in. But after one last projectile gift from the suspect, the truck turns off the road and disappears. The police cars continue the chase, but it's too late. The burly boozer has given them the slip and escaped into the other lane. It took this dancing queen 2 days to get to Cleveland from Tennessee. But when his beer motor started to lose a bit of weight, he found a speed that will see him in Canada by tea time. Drunk test dummies. Here are a few things to look out for when testing a suspected drunk driver for intoxication. At first, your subject might seem very helpful.
Telling me angles to put my foot. You know, I don't know how far to put my head. If I
He may even try to make humorous remarks to break the ice.
big wind chill factor.
But don't be taken in. The important thing is whether or not he can walk in a straight line. Friendly gestures like these don't come into it. And nor do comedy dance routines. Watch him carefully, because just when you think he might be able to pass your tests, he could screw up his backflip and prove that he's had one too many. At this point, your subject's earlier playfulness could quickly vanish. So if your drunk test dummy doesn't seem to be taking his sobriety test seriously, he's almost sure to fail, because a flippant attitude like this will usually land him in a whole lot of trouble, face first. Under normal circumstances, you can bank on cops sticking together through thick and thin. But occasionally it seems the case that oil and water just don't mix.
I obey the law. And I don't want you fucking with me.
The cop on the left has made a routine traffic stop, but the bloke he's pulled over is also a policeman, a city cop from Miami in plain clothes.
Hey, Tyler, you have a gun on you, sir?
Yeah, I got a gun on me.
Where is that?
Officer.
Where is
Right
it?
here.
Let me see your ID.
Orange County Car 204.
The police ID. I'm the deputy sheriff from Dade County.
Oh, that's right.
The undercover cop goes to fetch his police badge in the hope that it'll clear all this nonsense up, but the trooper who has stopped him turns out to be a bit of a stickler for the rules.
See the bottom of your tag, too? How the county's blocked?
Yeah.
That's also against the law. You didn't know that?
Rather than let his comrade off with a friendly word of warning,
Stand right there.
he decides to throw the book at him and list several further offences.
So you the signal lane change and
You're a
good
fucking
day.
liar. You're a fucking liar, man. I gave a signal, I gave a left turn, but I went around that truck. I saw you guys sitting there. Why would I violate law and see you guys sitting there? Give me my fucking license, bitch. You ain't giving me no fucking ticket.
Signal 44.
Our good cop calls for immediate backup. It looks like this situation just got a whole lot more
You need to
serious.
give me a license, you're going to
I
jail.
ain't giving you...
It's a standoff between two law enforcers, and neither one of them are backing down in a hurry.
Relax.
You relax.
It's pretty safe to assume that neither of them is particularly relaxed at this moment. Eventually, more cops arrive.
Don't come up here.
Give us a clear check. He's got a gun.
Unfortunately for Miami Vice, they're the arresting officer's colleagues, which makes them much more likely to be on his side.
Stop resisting us, sir! Stop resisting us!
The officers quickly dispatch their physical violence in the best way forward, especially this cop here, who delivers a ninja-style kick to the retreating deputy's back.
Get on the ground, now! Get on the ground!
An amusing cop-on-cop street scuffle ensues, followed by a brief foot chase.
We're in foot pursuit. He's 1037, signal 0 with a gun.
But clearly outnumbered, it's not long before the fleeing plainclothes officer is caught by his pursuers, handcuffed, and paraded in front of the dashboard camera like some kind of bizarre police trophy. So when good cop met bad cop got a little wound up over a tiny little traffic ticket.
Give me my fucking license, bitch. You ain't giving me no fucking ticket.
Good cop's mates got a real kick out of it. And now they're all friends together.
Taking off again.
There are many ways to get yourself noticed, but no one will deny that a good old-fashioned chase with a pickup will certainly turn a few heads.
Oh, they hit him. He spins out. He keeps going, though.
The driver of this pickup appears to be enjoying his newfound camera time as a chance to audition for the next remake of The Dukes of Hazzard. But it's not the starring roles of Bo or Luke they're after. With dangerous moves like these,
He goes, oh, he keeps going. No, he hits the pole.
it's clear that the runaway rednecks are after the stuntman's job. When their truck nearly upends, one of the good old boys bails out.
Guy jumps back into the truck. He's in the back of the truck.
And instantly bails straight back in again. Apparently, it's just an excuse for yet another feat of hillbilly showmanship.
And it looks like he's trying to... he climbs back into the cab of the truck. Unbelievable. It's absolutely the craziest thing we've seen.
Now that everyone's back on board and their interesting off-road display is over, it's the cops' turn for some fancy moves.
He hits it, but he fishtails and keeps on going.
And there's only so much punishment the pickup can take.
Oh, and now the rubber came off. They're going to hit him again. He's now going sideways. Sideways. Nine's got you.
Action Man ditches the truck once again.
Foot bail.
But this time there's no looking back. He legs it, bounding over the nearest wall with the cops in hot pursuit. But the runaway redneck has just as much luck as his truck, and it's not long before he's completely lost in a maze of suburban greenery. This renders him an easy target for the cops, who arrest him for Grand Theft Auto and put an end to his stuntman display. Surely that capture deserves a hearty slap on the back. There we go. Even when these crazy truckers took a nosedive, they still had a few hair-raising stunts up their sleeve. But when push came to shove, the guy lost it in the undergrowth and was finally taken down by these slap-happy cops. You have been watching Games Masters coming to an end. Raging infernos lighting up the sky. Crooks making bad moves. Crooks making bad choices. Guns being fired. And dancing moves being murdered. We've seen backflips, ninja kicks, and a whole load of stunts. Be careful out there.